Adalyn in the Forest, a story by Grandma. Adalyn lived in a cozy little house with a bright red door. Every morning, the sun peeked through her window, ready to play. Today, however, would be a day unlike any other. While playing in the backyard, chasing butterflies, Adalyn stumbled upon a hidden path. It was covered in moss and led straight into the dark, mysterious, whispering woods. Curiosity twinkled in her bright eyes, and she took her first brave step. The Whispering Woods was no ordinary forest. It was enchanted. As Adalyn walked deeper, the trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the sunlight faded into a mysterious twilight. A giggle escaped her lips, and she ran further into the woods, not knowing it would be harder to find her way back than it was to enter. Soon, Adalyn realized she was lost. The path had disappeared, and every tree looked the same. She called out, "Hello?" But only the whispering trees answered. A tear rolled down her cheek as the joy faded and the fear grew. Remembering her mother's advice, Adalyn took a deep breath. When lost, look for signs, her mother had always said. So Adalyn started to look around, her eyes searching for anything that might help her. She wiped her eyes and continued forward. She noticed tiny, glowing mushrooms arranged in a circle. They seemed to point in a particular direction. Adalyn hesitated, then followed the glowing mushroom path, hoping it would lead her to safety. The mushroom path led her to a babbling brook. The water sparkled, and Adalyn felt a little braver. Water always flows downhill, she remembered from a book. It might lead me out. With newfound hope, she continued walking along the brook. Suddenly, the brook disappeared into a dark cave. Adalyn was scared, but she knew she couldn't give up. Taking another deep breath, she bravely stepped into the darkness, feeling the cool air on her face. Inside the cave, it was pitch black. Adalyn felt around and found a small, smooth stone. As she held it, the stone began to glow, revealing a hidden path through the cave. She smiled, her heart filled with relief. The path led her upwards, and soon Adalyn emerged from the cave onto a high hill. From there, she could see her house in the distance. Tears of joy streamed down her face as she recognized the bright red door. Adalyn ran down the hill as fast as her little legs could carry her. She didn't stop until she reached the edge of the Whispering Woods. Looking back, the trees seemed less scary and more understanding. Finally, she was back in her backyard. Adalyn ran to her house and threw open the bright red door. Her parents were overjoyed to see her, hugging her tightly. "I was so worried," her mother said, holding her close. Adalyn told her parents all about her adventure in the Whispering Woods and how she found her way back using her wits. That night, as Adalyn snuggled in her bed, she thought about the enchanted forest. She realized that even though it was scary, she was brave and smart enough to find her way home. From that day on, Adalyn knew that no matter how lost she might feel, she had the strength and smarts to find her way. And she knew her family would always be there to welcome her home with open arms. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed your story, sweet girl. Grandma loves you. Bye.